Hi there, I'm Nicole Byrd-Phelps with a devotion I would call A Story to Sustain. Today I want to talk about love. This is my friend Ann Phelps. Ann was my beautician for many years after I moved up here to Creswell. She was referred to me by my best friend, and she always strove to keep my hair looking good. Ann was a very real, down-to-earth person, but she had an unreal, out-of-this-world love for others. This story to sustain is called A Loving Heart. And we have known and believed the love that God has for us. God is love, and he who abides in love abides in God, and God in him. This is 1 John 4, verse 16, the New King James Version. Ann Phelps was a part of my life for quite some time. A few years after I moved to Creswell, she ended up being my hairstylist, and we also attended the same church for a span of 3 to 4 years. Ann was very flexible in her scheduling of hair appointments. She bent over backwards to accommodate people's preferred times and unexpected emergencies too. I remember that she gave me a permanent on a Monday morning after my mother-in-law had died and before I had to report to jury duty that same morning. Ann did not usually work on Mondays. Ann was always very jovial to be around, and she enjoyed sharing what was going on with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren, or her nieces and nephews and great-nieces and nephews. Most of the time she shared something cute the younger ones had said or done in recent days, and it would bring a smile to your face or make you laugh. Now Ann was also a plain-spoken person, and one did not have to guess how she felt about people or things that were going on around her. Her assessments were not meant to offend, but to just express things as they were. Ann was a jokester as well. She did not mind it when I took pictures of my best friend in curlers at her beauty shop, and then when Judy Mariner reciprocated the favor with me. She just laughed at us. I remember when she called me one Valentine's Day evening to ask if I was having candles with my soup. She abruptly hung up without identifying herself. However, I knew it was Ann. I guess when I went to have my hair cut, I mentioned what I had planned for the Valentine's Day meal with my husband Charles, and Judy Mariner elaborated more about it when she went to have her hair fixed. Ann had a good time with that. I remember when her husband Wade died, I took some food to her house, and there was already an ample supply on hand. She thanked me, and she told me to make plates for myself and my husband. I declined, but appreciated her generosity. I am sure she made the same offer to the others who were bringing in food meant to be for her and her family. I also remember going to Ann's 70th birthday party. Ann had aged well and was still a beautiful woman at that time. I am quite sure she has always had beautiful skin and hair. At any rate, she seemed uncomfortable at the party, as if all that trouble should not have been gone to for her. She did not sit at the head table at the party. She sat at one of the tables in the rear of the room with some of her guests. She really did not want any attention lavished upon her. Ann worked for many years as a hairstylist. She stopped for a time when she had colon cancer, but resumed when she recovered. She basically worked until she could not work anymore. Her mind and body both slowed down to the point that it was impossible to continue. She eventually had to go to a nursing home. It was heartbreaking to see her in a state of confusion, unable to really express her feelings to you, unable to call up your name, unable to say something humorous. Ann was known for having a great love for people. She loved her family and did so much to support it. She loved her church and community and did things to fill the needs of each. 1 John 4:16 states, God is love, and he who abides in love abides in God and God in him. It is quite apparent that Ann Phelps' life was driven by love, so she certainly dwelt in God and he in her. She made so many sacrifices to help others. She put herself last so much of the time, making her friends and loved ones top priority. Let us take hold of the example of loving others that Ann Phelps has set for us. Let us abide in love even as she did. Let us be flexible and understanding of others as she was. Let us bring joy and laughter to others through our communications. Having a loving heart means having God's heart. Seek to draw close to the Lord so that He will give you His heart. Christians, we should want to be known as people with a loving heart. And so that's what we need to do every day, is to seek God to have His heart beating within ours. I hope you enjoyed this word. Have a great day.